Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Spokane Technical 2-year or 4-year college fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Brianna, and I'll be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Spokane. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Cal Lutheran University.
Great, thank you. So my name is Amanda. I am an admission counselor at Cal Lutheran, and I am happy to chat with you today about what Cal Lutheran has to offer. So as you can see, we are located in Thousand Oaks in Southern California. We're actually just between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. If you kind of have that in your brain, we're about 20 minutes from the coast. So Malibu is probably our closest beach. It's really beautiful locationally, as you see here. It's very green, very open, and really beautiful campus. We are a small private liberal arts institution. And this gives kind of a look at some of the statistics of our students. So we have just under 3,000 students in total, and with an average class size of 18 students, which means students really get to have that personal aspect with the professors. It's not uncommon for professors to give out their personal cell phone numbers to an entire class of students, or to invite a class out to lunch with everybody in the class and the professor just to get to know each other. So that is a really beautiful aspect of Cal Lutheran. Our students represent 58 countries, 36 states, and also 41 different faiths. So we do have students from a really diverse backgrounds, experiences, lifestyles. We are California Lutheran University, with Lutheran being a branch of Christianity, but there are a number of different faiths and religions represented on our campus. So there's certainly a place for you to find for yourself. If you're also not religious, that's great too. We have chapel, for example, every week, but it's not mandatory that students attend. So you really get to be as involved as you want to. A couple other things: about a third of our students are first-generation college students, and over half of our students are from underrepresented backgrounds. So this is really important to us at Cal Lutheran. We also are what's called a Hispanic serving institution. It's a federal designation. We have that because we have over 30% of our student body identify as Hispanic or Latinx, and that comes with a lot of federal funding that we can just give right back to our students. So we're really grateful for that one as well. We do have 41 majors and 43 minors at Cal Lutheran. The most popular there on the screen: communication, biology, business, psychology. What's great about Cal Lutheran is we have 0 impacted programs, meaning it's not going to be extra hard to get the classes you need or to get into a program, regardless of how popular it is. Because of that, we are able to offer what's called a 4-2 finish guarantee. This basically guarantees our students that they will graduate in 4 years. And if for some reason they can't graduate in that amount of time, Cal Lutheran will pay for any additional classes they need beyond those 4 years. So we're really putting our money where our mouth is. We're saying we are going to get you graduated in 4 years. If not, we're going to pay for it. If that's important to you in a college, I think it's important that you attend an institution that can guarantee that for you and promise that. There are so many ways to get involved outside of the classroom as well. So we have study abroad in over 80 countries. We have a ton of different internships students can participate in. Being so close to Los Angeles really opens up the door for some really great internships. We've had students intern at places like Google, NBC Universal, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and many more. And then we also have research opportunities for all of our majors. So if you're interested in STEM and like the sciences and maths, you can absolutely do research here with less competition amongst others, and the opportunity to be published as an undergraduate student, which is incredible. But then we also have research opportunities for all of our majors, not just our STEM majors as well. Other ways to get involved: we have a number of different clubs, over 100 clubs that our students can join. Some of our most popular clubs being things like Adventure Club. They literally just go on adventures. They're super fun. We have a lot of multicultural programs as well. So we have things like our Hawaii Club. They put on a luau for our students each year. We have our Latin American student organization, our Black Student Union, a Filipino club, and so much more that students, you can either learn more about your own identities or learn about identities of people different than you, which is always a great thing to be doing. We also have an event that is super popular each year called Let It Snow. It's this bottom left photo here. Basically, we bring, and I'm not exaggerating on this number, 40 tons of snow to campus, pile it up into mounds, and then go sledding down the snow. It's a super fun time. Next, talks a little bit about our residence halls at Cal Lutheran. So we have 15 co-ed residence halls. All of them have free parking, free laundry. You can bring your car on campus as early as freshman year. And we're actually ranked 12th best residence halls in California. I think it's pretty easy to see why. We have Wi-Fi, climate controlled, all of our rooms, and private bathrooms and showers, meaning you're not sharing a bathroom with like 40 other people down at the end of the hall. The way our residence halls work is you have 2 bedrooms, each with 2 people in it. That leads out into a living room, and then connected to that living room is your own bathroom. Having that living room is so special because it gives you that space to spread out, to be independent, to have friends over for movie nights or game nights, and people bring couches, futons, mini fridges, all sorts of stuff in there. And I think that's really important as you're learning to be independent. We do have a number of different athletic opportunities as well for our students. You'll see all of them listed there. We have national champions on our fields as well. So our baseball team and women's volleyball team have won national championships recently. We're super proud of them through that process. If you're looking to be a student athlete or join just kind of attending the games, this is a great place to do that. And this is some information if you are interested in applying to Cal Lutheran. So we do have 2 application deadlines. The first one is coming up, our early action application deadline, November 1st. The second one is January 1st, which is our regular decision deadline. Early action is non-binding, so you're not committing to Cal Lutheran if you decide to apply early, but we always recommend applying early if you're able. Otherwise, we are on the common application, which should hopefully make things easier for you. And for SAT and ECT scores, we are also test optional. Last one I'll mention, as far as scholarships, we give a number of them, but one to certainly point out is our public price promise. Basically says, if you are accepted to any University of California school, we will match that average cost of attendance. So basically, you get to attend a private institution only paying a public school price. Something certainly to look into. I am here if any other questions do come up, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Pittsburgh.
All right, thank you so much. So hi, everybody. I'm Caitlin Livingstone. I'm an enrollment services manager at the University of Pittsburgh. I work specifically with students from Washington State, as well as international students. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all have. So a little bit about Pitt. The University of Pittsburgh is located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's about a 4-hour drive to Washington, D.C., about 6 to 7 hours to New York City. Our campus is very urban. So if you don't want to live in a city, then it might not be the best fit, but we're located just about 10 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh. We are a large school, so we have almost 20,000 undergraduate students on our campus coming from all 50 states and over 100 different countries. But with that being said, we still maintain a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So our students really get the best of both worlds because you have the access to all of the resources of a larger institution, but at the same time, you're still going to get that individualized attention that you might find at a smaller institution as well. And here at Pitt, we like to say the city is our campus because it is so easy for our students to get out and explore the city of Pittsburgh. This is probably the most iconic view of Pittsburgh that you'll see. It's a view of downtown Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has been ranked the #2 most livable city in the United States. It's a very safe city with a low cost of living, and it's also very easy to get around, especially for Pitt students, because they actually get free public transportation all throughout the city and Allegheny County with their student IDs. So you can get around, explore the 89 different neighborhoods that we have to offer, and really take advantage of everything that the city has. If you are interested in internships, there are a lot of great companies that have offices or headquarters here in Pittsburgh, including Google, Uber, Amazon, Duolingo, and the American Eagle World headquarters is also located here as well. And if you're a person who likes to eat, Pittsburgh is a great place for that. There are a ton of amazing restaurants in the city, as well as constant food festivals. There's a pickle festival every single August. So if you're someone who likes to explore different cuisines, then Pittsburgh is a great place to be. When it comes to our academic programs, we offer over 100 different majors in 11 different undergraduate schools. But when you apply to Pitt, you have to choose one of these 6 first-year entry schools to apply to. So our Dietrich School of Arts and Sciences is where most of our students apply. This is where you can apply if you're undecided or if you're interested in a pre-professional program, such as pre-medicine, pre-law, for example. Some of our more popular majors include biology, chemistry, neuroscience, political science, philosophy, and history. We also have a College of Business Administration with 7 different majors, including marketing, finance, and accounting. Our Swanson School of Engineering has 10 different engineering disciplines for you to choose from, including environmental, civil, mechanical, electrical, and computer. Our School of Computing and Information has one of the oldest computer science departments in the entire country and offers 6 different majors for you to choose from, including data science and information science. We also have a School of Nursing, which is a direct entry nursing program, which was just ranked number 7 in the entire country. And we have a School of Public Health, which is brand new as of this year. I also want to mention our guaranteed admissions programs. So if you're someone who's already thinking about graduate school, I know it's a little early for that, but if you are, we offer guaranteed admission into the graduate and professional schools that you see listed on the screen here. You can automatically be reviewed as a first-year applicant as long as you choose the guarantee that you're interested in on your first-year application. They do all have different requirements. So if you're interested in learning more about the specific requirements for one of these guarantees, you can go ahead and check out our website. In terms of experiential learning at Pitt, it is very important to us that our students are putting what they learn in the classroom to use outside of the classroom. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. One would be through research. We are a Research One institution, so we have research going on in every single department on campus. And we also receive a lot of federal funding for research, which is then passed along to our students. We also guarantee internships. So our Career Center has a whole internship prep program to help you prepare for the internship process. And once you complete that program, our career counselors will help you to find an internship within your field. If you're interested in engineering or computer science, we also have a co-op program where you can get 1 full year of paid work experience in the engineering field before you graduate. And then this is my personal favorite topic. We have over 350 study abroad programs in 75 countries around the world. We've had students from every single major study abroad, so it doesn't matter if you're in an engineering or a nursing program. If it's something that you're interested in, we can make it happen for you here at Pitt. In terms of student life, our students are never bored. We have over 400 student organizations, everything from religious groups to cultural groups, Greek life, intramural sports, club sports. We even have a chocolate milk club and a cloud watching club and a Quidditch team. So the sky's the limit when it comes to student organizations. And you can definitely find something that will align with your interests here. We also have our Pitt Arts program. So if you're someone who's interested in comedy shows or the symphony, the ballet, musicals, art galleries, or museums, our students get free or discounted tickets to a lot of the different arts and cultural events that happen here in the city of Pittsburgh. And we are a Division I NCAA school, so we have about 19 Division I teams, including our football team, and our men's soccer team was ranked number 1 in the country last year for the first time in a very long time, which is very exciting. So if you're interested in sports, you can definitely take advantage of that here at Pitt. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and let me know. When it comes to the application process, just a few quick tips. We are test optional through at least fall 2023, so it's totally up to you if you want to submit those SAT or ACT scores. We do a holistic review, so while you're not required to submit a letter of recommendation or an essay or a resume, we certainly encourage you to if you would like us to learn more about you. And we have rolling admissions. So there's no application deadline, but there are deadlines for scholarships, honors, and a couple of other specific programs. So be sure to check our website if you're interested in learning what those are. And I'm going to post our Zoom link in the chat. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to connect with you.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Mary Washington.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so my name is Amanda Hart. I am one of the assistant directors in the Office of Admission for the University of Mary Washington. Thank you for joining us today. Just to kind of give you a brief overview, Mary Washington is a small public liberal arts school in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We have a really great location. We are 50 miles north of Richmond and 50 miles south of Washington, D.C. So if you took that stretch of I-95 and cut it in half, we are right in the middle. And it means that all of our students have access to everything that both the national capital and our state capital of Richmond has to offer while still being in a small college town. We have about 4,100 graduate students, as well as a couple hundred graduate students, but our graduate students have their own campus about 20 minutes away in Stafford, Virginia. So everything on our Fredericksburg campus is just for undergraduate students. Our faculty and staff work at our campus because we love to work with undergraduate students, and all of the resources are there just for you as well. As for our academics, we have really small classes. We have an average class size of 19 students, so it's similar, if not smaller, than what most students are experiencing in their high schools. Our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. We have 3 different colleges at Mary Washington. We have a College of Arts and Sciences, a College of Business, and a College of Education. But being a liberal arts school, we really encourage you to explore your academic interests across the university. We never want you to be siloed in your major or feel like you can't explore some academic passions. Because of the really quality interaction our students have with the faculty, it also means that many of our students get to do research. Because we don't have any graduate students on our campus, all of the faculty who are doing research on our campus are doing it with undergraduate students. So you can do research in your major or for elective credit. You can also get research funded. So we have over $750,000 worth of funding set aside just to support undergraduate research every year. And so if you're the kind of person who loves to really dig your hands in to what you're doing and do some of that experiential learning, we support that in many different ways. As for our campus life, our students are very active on our campus. We require students to live on campus for their first 2 years unless they're coming from within a 30-mile radius and living with a parent or guardian. So that means that the vast majority of our first-year students live on campus. After those 2 years, many of our upperclassmen students stick around as well. And the ones that do move off campus often move into the direct vicinity of campus. Our campus is set up like a big park. So you can't drive through it. You have to park and then walk. And so we have a lot of face time with one another. And our students, once they come to campus, they definitely spend the majority of their day there. So it's a very active campus life. We have over 150 different clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. These range from everything from pre-professional organizations to things that are just for fun, some community service organizations. Community service is really important at Mary Washington. For the 2018-2019 school year, our students did over 19,000 hours worth of community service. And that's just what the university was able to track. We also have lots of sports on campus. We have varsity club and intramural sports. We compete for varsity in Division III, so it's that little bit less competitive option, but there really is a level of competition for everyone who wants to get out and be active. In addition to that, we also offer 135 study abroad programs in 56 different countries, and those are just the approved programs. Our Center for International Education is more than willing to work with students to put together a program that makes sense for them. If there is somewhere you want to study and something specific, they'll help you put that program together so that you get the most out of it. We offer programs in 3 different formats. So we have traditional study abroad, we have exchange programs, and then we have shorter faculty-led programs. They're anywhere from a week to 6 weeks long, and they take place during student breaks. So you actually go abroad for that short period of time with a Mary Washington faculty member and other Mary Washington students. So if you're the kind of person who can't or doesn't want to spend an entire semester away from the university, don't think that you can't still study abroad. We have lots of programs that are a little bit more flexible and fit a shorter time frame. As for our application, we do holistic admissions. We have our own application. We are also on the Common App, so whichever one you would like to fill out. We are completely test optional, so we will review you for admission and for merit aid with or without your test scores. We had over 70% of our applicants apply without test scores last year. So it is something that we are very comfortable with, and it's totally up to you. Every single student that applies gets evaluated for merit aid. There is no deadline for scholarships. And so every single application we read will get a recommendation for a merit scholarship. We are also open for tours. So if you happen to be in Virginia, stop by. We have 2 tours a day, as well as 2 on Saturdays. We also have some open houses coming up. We have one on October 16th and one on November 6th that are in person, as well as a virtual open house on October 30th. So we would love for you to join us. You can find so much more information on our website, and we're very active on our social media. You can find us most places at Mary Wash. So go ahead and give us a follow and see what we're all about.
Thanks so much, Amanda. Next, we'll hear from Florida Southern College.
All right. Thank you so much. Excited to be here tonight. My name is Joe Madigan. I serve as the Director of Undergraduate Recruitment Outreach. My pronouns are he, him, his. Excited to share a little bit more about Florida Southern College with you. If you're not familiar with Florida Southern, or if you are, a little basic information, Florida Southern College is located in the city of Lakeland, Florida. We're halfway in between Orlando and Tampa. If you're thinking about major cities, 30 minutes east of us is the Walt Disney World Resort. 30 minutes west of us are the beaches of Tampa and St. Pete. So a fantastic location and a college town environment that's really growing and very vibrant as well. We are founded in 1883, which makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. And we have approximately 3,000 total students at Florida Southern College. Of these 3,000 undergraduate students, along with their 600 to 700 graduate students earning their master's and doctoral degrees, about 60% are from the state of Florida and 40% are from out of state. Within our community, we represent 49 different states and territories now, as well as 54 foreign countries too. We're excited to recently be ranked in US News and World Report as one of the top schools in the nation, including number 8 in the South, number 10 most innovative, and then being in the top 10 best undergraduate programs for business and nursing. Additionally, and you'll see this through some of the photos, we are recognized as one of the most beautiful campuses in America. In fact, the #1 most beautiful campus in America by the Princeton Review for 2 consecutive years previously. We offer over 70 different academic programs of study at Florida Southern, including 16 pre-professional tracks. So things such as pre-medicine, pre-pharmacy, pre-physical therapy. We have 100% acceptance rate in veterinary medicine this year. Excited about that. As well as we have our majors spread across 5 schools on campus. And these are where some of our most popular programs are found, such as biology and marine biology, direct entry, direct admit nursing starting your freshman year, your first year on campus, business, education, musical and musical theater, psychology and exercise science are a few of our majors that we're known for. And no matter what you major in, we're a liberal arts college at our core. So no matter what you choose, you're going to get a well-rounded education. I'll also share with you our focus at Florida Southern College is you. What are your goals? What are you hoping to achieve? What's your dream job or grad school that you want to go to? We have an emphasis on engaged and experiential learning, so you'll be active as a participant in the classroom, regardless of the academic program you choose. We believe in the power of doing and immersing our students in your major and in your field of study right away. For example, maybe you want to study antibiotic research and do that with the Tiny Earth Network program your first semester, first year, or get the opportunity to study climate change on crab populations in the Tampa estuary as part of our marine biology program. Our average class size at Florida Southern is 17 students, and 100% of our classes are taught by faculty, meaning you have no teaching assistants, no student assistants, and that average class size starts the first year. This ensures that you're learning from experts in the field and getting engaged in your major right away. We also guarantee 3 things to Florida Southern College students, and this includes the opportunity to study abroad. That's a highlight at Florida Southern, as our Junior Journey program is included in the cost of the college tuition, or studying at a partner university like Harlaxton or Regents or King's or Proyecto Español. You don't have to pay any extra cost as your tuition transfers there. In addition to that, we guarantee internships, regardless of major, as 95% of employers now we know are looking for new hires that have real experience, and you'll be a competitive applicant and candidate for any job because of that, either global, domestic, or local internship you'll have in your major. Our last guarantee is we guarantee to graduate you in 4 years' time. And this is because you're going to be paired with a mentor, a professor in your major that helps you through your courses. And if you're not able to do so and graduate in 4 years' time from Florida Southern, we cover the cost of the college tuition after the 4th year. These are some of the experiences we want you to have that lead to outcomes. Our outcome rate at Florida Southern is 95%, meaning students are achieving their post-graduation success goals after graduating from Florida Southern. Speaking of experiences, we have great student life on campus, 16 different residential options. Our students are on campus their first 2 years in some of the residence halls you see here, off campus their second 2 years in our apartments and residence halls. We have 10 different dining options and national chains, like Steak and Shake, Starbucks, Fresh and Smoothie Company, to make sure that you're well fed, nourished on the campus. And speaking of nourishment and excitement, we want you to get involved, and that includes athletics. We are an NCAA Division II program at Florida Southern with 20 varsity sports, recruitment managed by our coaches, Even within our esports program, we have the second largest arena as we compete in Overwatch, Rocket League, and League of Legends, just to name a few. And you can find us on Twitch for those programs. Florida Southern College at its core has values based in our honor code. This is called the cornerstone, and who our students are. No matter what your background is, no matter what you believe, no matter where you come from, you're welcome on campus, and there's something for everyone. Over 150 now different clubs, organizations, and activities, from our allies clubs to Greek life to campus ministries, to if you want to get involved in community service and our Kids Pack program to help out with food insecurity, to orchestras, ensembles, and choirs, you'll find it at Florida Southern. You'll find a home as a student. If you think Florida Southern's a good fit, your next step is to apply for admission. It's free to apply to Florida Southern College. You can apply to us on the common application, the coalition application, or our own online application. Florida Southern is a test optional school, and we review applications holistically. We automatically consider you for scholarships at the same time you're reviewed for admission, with our merit scholarships ranging between $7,000 to $21,000 per year. 99% of our students receive financial aid. Thanks for joining here tonight. I'd love to connect more with you. I'm going to put my Zoom in the chat here and love to welcome you to Florida. Come on down for one of our open house programs called Day on Campus, or visit our beautiful campus for a daily tour. Thanks for joining tonight.
Thank you so much, Joe. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Connecticut.
Thanks so much. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. So my name is Heather Schrang. I am the admissions officer for Washington State, as well as Oregon and Northern California. I'm excited to be here today to tell you more about UConn. So at UConn, we like to say on to bigger ideas, on to better answers, or it's on. Looking for students who are going to challenge the status quo and looking for creative solutions to problems. First, I always like to get started with where exactly we're located. So our main campus is in Storrs, Connecticut. We are the flagship university in the state of Connecticut. We're about an hour and a half south of Boston and about 2.5 hours north of New York City. So very nicely centrally located. We're also just over an hour from Providence, Rhode Island. We do have over 19,000 students on the main campus in Storrs. We're about 30,000 students, including our graduate student population and our other 4 campuses you can see indicated on the map. So we are considered a large institution. We're also a tier 1 research institution, which is great because that means there's opportunities to do research as early as students' freshman year. And we're also ranked in the top 25 public universities in the country by US News and World Reports. So I always like to give a little bit of an idea of what exactly campus looks like, being that we are in the Northeast. So, you know, we do get all 4 seasons. Fall is absolutely beautiful. We do get winter with snow, which I think is always important to mention as well. Our beautiful downtown area is the top middle photo you see on the screen, and it's really great. It's where students can hang out, get coffee, get lunch, but also where we have a transportation depot to hop up to Boston or down to New York on a weekend if that was something a student wanted to take advantage of. At the University of Connecticut, we are a diverse school. So we have 45% of incoming first-year Huskies are ethnic and racial minorities, and also 1 in 3 are first-generation students. So lots of support and resources available for those students who this is the family's first time going to college. We do value diversity and inclusivity, and it is a core value of how we operate at UConn. So academics wise, we do have over 115 majors as well as over 320 minors and concentrations across our 10 schools and colleges. So there is a lot of opportunity for you to find the program that fits you if you're not 100% sure what you want to study at. But also if you have some ideas, but maybe you're interested in a couple different places, you can absolutely do some interdisciplinary studies. So that's absolutely something that a lot of our students do take advantage of. Some of our most popular majors at UConn are engineering, business, nursing, medicine, fine arts, and of course, our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences is our largest college on campus. We do have a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which I just think is important to mention simply for the fact that it, of course, means smaller class sizes, but also it means access to faculty, whether it's for mentorships, assistance on projects and papers and things like that, and also, of course, research as well. I also do like to mention the fact that we bring over 700 companies to campus every year to actively recruit students, whether it's for internships or jobs. We are a Division I university. We have 21 NCAA Division I athletic teams. In addition to that, we also have 37 club sport teams and over 1,500 club sport athletes. So certainly students who have an interest in sports, but maybe don't want to be at that Division I level, you can absolutely still participate. Being a Division I university, it comes with a lot of hype, a lot of excitement to be part of UConn Nation and to be a Husky. So definitely if students are looking for that experience, you will absolutely get that. We also have over 700 clubs and organizations at the university of different things. They can be very special interests to academic, dance, music, all kinds of things. So finding your community within the larger community is very easy to do. So just a couple of slides to show you some images of campus, different traditions that go on. Oozball, which is the nation's largest mud volleyball tournament, takes place in the spring. We make our own ice cream from our cows that produce the milk that we have a working farm on campus. UConnic Music Festival, Homecoming Carnival. We also do TED Talks, food truck festivals. So this is just to show that campus life is very vibrant, very active, and there's always something going on, whether it's a big event or a small event. So students are always excited to be participating and enjoying what the university has to offer. So to become a Husky, we are on the Common App as well as the Coalition app. We do require the self-reported academic record, or SRAR, a personal essay. Letters of recommendation are optional, but very strongly encouraged, just due to the fact that we do take a holistic approach as well. I know that was previously mentioned by some other colleges and universities tonight. We are a test optional institution, and we will be test optional for both this year and next year. And then our application fee is $80. We do not have early action or early decision at UConn, but we do have a priority consideration deadline of December 1st, which is priority consideration for merit scholarship, as well as honors. It's also the mandatory deadline for any of our special programs, which are listed there on the screen. January 15th is our final deadline when everything must be submitted. And then March 1st is when all admissions decisions will go out. Also, we do encourage every student to fill out a FAFSA. 75% of our students do get financial aid. Students are automatically considered for both merit scholarship and the honors program when they apply to the university. There's no additional application that is required. So on March 1st, you find out all of that information, your decision, your major, your merit, your honors, and also your financial aid package. So it's great that everything is available to you right there. If you'd like to connect with the university further, there are some virtual opportunities. We also, of course, have some fall campus visit days. We have a few left. So if any of those look like something you'd like to take advantage of, you can certainly feel free to reach out to me. I will drop my contact information. But if virtual is more your speed, these are all available at the link that's shown on the screen there. So thank you so much. I will be dropping my Zoom link as well if you'd like to connect after this.
So much, Heather. If all of our college representatives can turn on their cameras now, I will ask them a few questions, and they are just going to answer in the same order in which they previously presented. So the first question I have for y'all is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
So I'll take this first question then. I'll take the question first. I think one of the biggest things I would say, especially through the application process, is to advocate for yourself, especially when you're talking to universities who do review holistically. I can say at Cal Lutheran, it's really important to advocate and give context for maybe why a semester or a class was especially hard. Giving that context allows your admission counselor to have the full picture of you. And instead of you just sitting there really anxious and worried about what we might think of you, there are places, or potentially depending on if it's the Common App or an institution specific application, there should be places for you to, like I said, advocate for yourself, explain, give context, and allow us to see your full picture.
I agree 100% with Amanda. And I would say, on a more logistical note, my biggest tip is to always just stay organized. I know that there's a lot of deadlines that you have to keep track of. Every university's requirements are different. Some require an essay or a letter of recommendation. Some might require the self-reported academic record. Others require your official transcripts. So make sure that you know what each school requires. It might even be helpful to make a spreadsheet where you indicate, everything that you need to submit to each school, and make sure you pay attention to those deadlines too. In most of our cases, it's always better to apply early rather than to wait until the last second. So stay organized and apply early.
I think my biggest piece of advice to students going through this process is to just make sure that you take some time to do some reflection on yourself. I know it's easy to get caught up in all of these schools telling you all of these great things about themselves. But if you don't know who you are and what you're looking for and what kind of environment that you're going to thrive in, it can really get overwhelming really fast. And so I always advise that students start with that and really think about, what kind of environment you learn best in, and where you want to live. What kind of environment do you want? A city? Do you want a small town? Do you want a closed campus, or one that's, interspersed with urban buildings? Because that's going to help this whole process go smoothly. It's going to help you pick schools better, and it's going to help you come across more authentically in your application.
I would say ditto to everything that everyone has said so far, and I'll layer a little bit on top of Amanda's too. And one of my favorite things as a piece of advice to share is you don't have to follow the flock. You don't have to actually follow what your brother, sister, parents, school counselor, what you see on TV that's out there. Follow a brand. Be you as you're going through that college search process. Find that school that's the right fit for you, where you feel at home, where you're going to have that great experience. And then also layer on top of that as well, know that your journey doesn't have to be the same as everybody else's. Maybe you're looking at schools now, but it's to transfer to them a couple of years down the road, and you're going to stay closer to home to start. That's okay. Everybody's different in their own path, and when they go to school and when they decide to make that jump to that university. And you're going to know that when you go out and visit the college campuses. That would be the other layer on top of this. That is the best way. We've been in this environment in Zoom for about 19 months now. It's important to make sure you put your 2 feet, potentially your 10 toes that are on that college campus. If you have the opportunity to do that, encourage you to do that. Know what their opportunities are, how the schools are going to support you. And the best way to do that is get into the environment, see the culture, and know that that could be your future home.
I would say biggest piece of advice is utilize the resources that are available to you in the form of your high school counselor, in the form of us, the admissions counselors for the different whatever schools you're applying to. If you know an alum, even if it's kind of removed from the school that you're thinking about applying to, reach out to them, talk to them, see what their experience was like, and utilize the things that are available to you in the form of people, because of course, all of this information is online. It's great to read everything, but hearing from, the mouth of someone who actually has been on campus or had an experience as a student or knows all about the university is really valuable, and something that you can't put a price tag on.
That was some really great advice we just got. The next question I have for you all is, what is just one thing you want students to remember about your campuses?
That is a great question. I think the biggest thing to remember about, at least at Cal Lutheran, is that the students really matter to the professors. I can't stress enough the student-professor relationships that exist on campus. I know students who have lifelong mentors because of the professors here. We're ranked one of the friendliest campuses, which is kind of a strange ranking to have, but that rings true with our professors as well. They really are advocates for the students. So if you're looking for an environment where you want to really be known personally by your professors, even more than just your first name, I think Cal Lutheran and smaller institutions like Cal Lutheran are a great fit for that.
For the University of Pittsburgh, I would say the one thing I want you to remember is that our students are really able to forge their own path here, no matter what you're looking to do. So we have students who go to military service after they graduate, students who go to medical school, students who go become teachers or enter the workforce as engineers or entrepreneurs. So whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, Pitt has the support and the resources that you need to help you achieve that dream through our Career Center, through our academic advising, our student organizations. You're going to find the people and the support and the resources that you need here to really find your way once you get here and ultimately reach that lifelong goal that you have.
I think the one thing that I want students to remember about Mary Washington is that it's a place where you matter. Community is very important to us. Everything down to the way that our campus is designed is meant to foster those community connections between students and faculty and staff. And we take that very seriously. We're governed by an honor code that everyone signs that says that we won't lie, cheat, or steal as part of our community. And we really hold that true. You can leave your laptop in the library and go get a cup of coffee and know that it's going to be there when you get back. And our community is really important to us. And I think this past year has really been evidenced of that. What we were able to do during the whole pandemic is now being used as a model for the state of the rest of Virginia. And we couldn't have done that without our students and their strong commitment to our community.
I think, again, I love layering on top of what Amanda has said there, because there's so many parallels between Mary Washington and Florida Southern. But I'm going to go to our motto a little bit of who Florida Southern is. Our motto is that we're a college on the move. And we have really grown as far as the number of students on campus and opportunities for students, whether it be new buildings that don't come from student tuition or coming from donor opportunities. So we're looking at the need of what students want, whether it be more opportunities for artificial intelligence or cybersecurity or autonomous vehicle creation and where that's going, or looking at the markets and where those things are and the opportunities are for students. If you look at Florida Southern, we're focused on you as a student in that realm. And at the same point in time, we are a community. We're a 100% residential campus. Students stay on the weekends. There's things for them to do. And if you want to be, I sometimes like to consider it the big fish in a smaller pond, but feel like you have the world in front of your fingertips. That's who Florida Southern College is and what we're really providing for a lot of students.
I think something I want students to remember about the University of Connecticut is that we're a school that does a lot of things really well, but we're not just one thing. So we provide students with a lot of different opportunities to be whatever they want to be. So if you want to be someone who's involved in sports, or if you want to be someone who's involved with Greek life or a specific club, or you want to be more super focused on your academics and all the opportunities that come with that, you can do all of that, or you can dip a toe into everything and still have a very vibrant and active social life, and never have to kind of go in one direction just to kind of go with whatever you think is the right thing. You do whatever you want to do. And we provide all of that. You'll never be pigeonholed, and you'll have the opportunity to try a lot of different things.
I want to visit all your schools. So the last question I have for everybody is, what is one myth about the college admissions process that you'd like to dispel?
Yeah, I love this question. I think in the college admission process, particularly in essays, one thing that I try to remind students is that if you don't have this major overcomer story, that's okay, and you don't have to try to force one. If that is part of your journey, like if that's part of your life and your story and you want to share that, please do. But if not, if you're like really grasping at straws to be like, man, I haven't had any crazy hardship, or I haven't cured cancer yet, like I don't know what to write about, that's okay. You certainly don't have to. Some of the best essays that I read are just students telling us authentically about themselves. So one of my favorites is a student who wrote about In-N-Out, the restaurant In-N-Out, and how there were the 5 tenants that In-N-Out kind of characterizes themselves by. And then this student wrote about how each of those tenants is relevant to his personal life and his personality and how he likes to express himself. And that was so great. There was nothing, tragic or overcoming about it. It was just him and his personality, and that's awesome. So that's my biggest encouragement. Like I said, if that is part of your story, please share it, be authentic to you. But if it's not, still be authentic to you and share who you are in a different way.
That's definitely great advice. I think on a similar line, if we're talking about like activity lists and resumes, I think a big myth is that, we want to see that you were involved in like 17 different clubs and you have this really stacked resume with all sorts of different types of experiences, from community service to leadership, something that shows that you have cross-cultural understanding. And that's really not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is to see what you care about and what you invest your time in outside of the classroom. if that's just one thing, if it's one sport that you're really dedicated to, or maybe you have a job, a part-time job outside of school, or maybe you even have a family responsibility where, when your siblings get home from work, you're the one who makes them dinner and helps them with their homework. That's what we want to know about you. We want to know what you really spend your time doing. We don't want to see you list 15 things on your resume that you spent like 1 hour in your life doing. We'd much rather see how you really invest your time and what you're truly passionate about, because that gives us a much better idea of how you're going to be involved on our campuses, as well as the different, passions and skills that you can bring to our campuses as a result of those experiences that you've already had.
So I would say the biggest myth that I try and dispel is that the college application is not a puzzle that we're asking you to crack. Nobody's trying to trick you. And in fact, we really want to help you. We want this process to go smoothly for you. And so if there's something that you're confused about, or you don't know how to answer, just ask. We're more than happy to help you to figure out how to best fill out the application. Nobody's keeping notes of, oh, that was a really dumb question, or, oh, they couldn't figure this out. That's what we're here for. That's our job. And I think I speak for most of us that having to say no to a student when we read an application is like the worst part of this job. We really want all students to be successful, and we want to be able to say yes to you. So if there's anything that you're wondering about or that doesn't make sense to you, we're here to be your resource, and we're here to help you with that.
I want to go in a little bit of a different direction on this. And one statement that I want to make is the sticker price of the school is not your price for that you're going to pay to go to that school. If you're looking at our universities here tonight, you're an out-of-state student, know that you're likely to receive scholarships, grants, financial aid, and a lot of options out of state, or that you may not think are as affordable because you're looking at sticker price are. Stop looking at sticker price and start looking at the net price that you will pay as a student at a college or university, because that'll open the doors to a lot more schools you might be considering, including all 5 of our great schools here tonight, as opposed to just focusing and insulating on 1 or 2 options because you're just looking at that actual sticker cost that's there. It can be very affordable to afford a college education.
I think the myth I want to dispel is just that the right college for you is the right college for you. And it's not the right college for mom, dad, brother, sister, best friend. If it's something that's kind of off the beaten path, that's okay. If it's in a completely other side of the country of what all your friends are doing, that's also okay. Because ultimately at the end of the day, it's about what is going to best serve you and what school or college or university has the right fit or is the right fit for you based on what they offer. So don't be afraid to kind of step outside the box and do something a little bit different. There's nothing wrong with that. I know it can maybe seem scary at times, especially if it is maybe a little bit further away, but it absolutely is something that you may find you kind of reward yourself for at the end of the day.
Such great insight from all of our colleges. Thank you everyone for joining us. You will notice that all of the colleges here today put a link in the chat. So if you want to continue speaking with them, please go ahead and click on that as soon as we wrap up, or I guess before we wrap up so it doesn't disappear on you. When we close this window, there will be a link to a really quick 5-question survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback you can provide. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Spokane. Thanks everybody, and thank you college representatives for a great information session.